Welcome to Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto, your best friend in real estate, sponsored by the one, the only Chris and Corbin Edwards with Tucson Appliance. And we are here for another fascinating 30 minutes with you. It's all about lifting our community up. And I have a very special guest today. We're really excited to have her. And Kristen, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Yay! Ms. Kristen Garcia-Hernandez, she is going to be sharing a lot with us today about the Girl Scouts and turning points, and it's just going to be an amazing next 30 minutes. So without further ado, we are going to start with our mission statement. So why Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto? What is the purpose of the show? What are we trying to deliver? And so our mission is to elevate, empower, and celebrate the stories of Hispanic leaders and local business owners in our community. Through meaningful, heartful conversations, we shine a light on individuals who have overcome cultural conditioning, self-doubt, and struggle, and have chosen to rise, lead, and inspire. This platform, co-hosted by Chris Edwards and myself, is dedicated to telling more than just stories. It's about sharing real turning points, deep self-discoveries, and the wisdom gained along the way. We believe that these voices matter, and they reflect the heart of our community and the strength within our culture. So, before we get right into this, I want to thank every single listener who's been a loyal listener every Saturday. I've gotten your texts, I've gotten your messages, and it's so exciting to really know that you're taking a lot away from these shows. And this is why we want to just grow in positivity into this world. And I'm so excited to hear Kristen's story. So Kristen, okay, how are you feeling? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
Awesome. So we're going to dive right in because I know we have a lot to talk about. So Kristen is the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of the Girl Scouts of Southern Arizona. So I'm going to go right into her bio, and then we're going to dive right into the questions. So the first Latina to lead the 90-year-old organization, a proud Tucson native and University of Arizona Wildcats. She is passionate about championing girl ambition and ensuring girls and women have confidence and skills to lead, whether in their homes, businesses, or communities. And I think this is so important, not just for our Tucson community, but just everywhere. And I love the concept that we're going to talk about and all that you guys are planning. Under her leadership, Girl Scouts of Southern Arizona continues to innovate, remove barriers to female leadership, and move at the speed of girls today. Kristen also serves on Aller College's National Board of Advisors and is active in leadership groups, including Women Leading Southern Arizona, Women Presidents Organization, Women's International Forum, and a local Latina CEO collaborative. Her impact has been widely recognized. She has been named one of Arizona's 40 Hispanic leaders under 40 by Valle del Sol, honored by Aller College's Professional Women in Business Association, Inside Tucson's Business, Sunnyside School District, 100 Black Men of Phoenix, and the Tucson Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Most recently, she was recognized as Community Member of the Year by Aller Hispanic Honorary. Oh my gosh, I feel like I need to just celebrate all of that. Man, that is so wonderful. Kristen, this is all about you here for the next, 25 minutes. So we want to start with the first question, which is, talk to us about a turning point in your life that changed everything for you. And every time I ask this question, people we have a lot of turning points in our life, but whatever it is that you want to share with us today, we are all ears.
Absolutely. Really what I thought was most important to share was when I was transitioning from the chief operating organization with the Girl Scouts. So side note, I've been with the organization now going on 17 years.
Wow.
But in my previous role as COO, we were in succession planning, and, the frank questions started to come up. Kristen, are you ready? Are you ready to be a CEO? Do you think this is the right time in your life? You're a young mom, your kids are little. can you do it? Do you have the, the time and the capacity and all of that? And I started to second guess. I started to question, am I ready? Do I want to do this? Do I want my kids to later in life think, Mom, you were always at work? I would hate for that to have happened. So I gave it a lot of thought, and I went to speak to a mentor of mine, and she gave it to me so bluntly, almost with a smack in the face, but said, Kristen, you are about to lead a women's organization, and why are you putting barriers on yourselves? If you think you can do it, let's do it, and make it work for your family, make it work for your personal life, make it work so that you can balance everything out, but you would be in charge of doing that and making a difference. And again, like I said, it hit me, and I thought, okay, yeah, I am excited to be at the helm of an organization that empowers young women. And yeah, shame on me for second guessing. As women, we do that, right?
Absolutely.
Can I do it all? Will I do it all? Will I be enough? Can I give enough?
Yes.
And so I was thankful for that aha moment to say, yes, I can. It may look different than what others have done, but that's okay. I will be authentically myself, and I will make it work. And since taking that and embracing and transitioning to, the CEO role, I've done my best to continue that, to ensure that my team feels the same way, that they can do and be everything. It might look a little different for each person, but that's okay.
I love it. And I always want to highlight some of the takeaways, and everybody make sure you have your pen and paper and just write all your little takeaways down. But you said a few things that really stood out to me, like how we doubt ourselves, like how we always think about self-worth, what makes us worthy, right? I feel like that's like a lifelong journey of how do we figure that out? But I love that you just decided, you went for it. And I think that's where courage comes in, right? And how do I make it work for my family? And leading a women's organization, that is incredible. But you dived in and you made it work for your family. Tell me a little bit about how that journey was for your family. How did you make it work? Was there a conversation, or, how did that kind of happen?
I am blessed to have a fantastic family. My husband is such a fantastic partner, and he said, honey, let's do it. We'll do it together. We'll figure it out. I'm blessed that we have nanas and tatas around to help.
That's how you move back, right?
That's exactly why I said, I want to stay in Tucson with family, and they have been a blessing to be able to lean on. And pick up the kids after school, or if I have a late meeting, or if Joe needs to come with me, somewhere, that we have a village. And so I'm grateful for our village first and foremost in our personal life. And then with my team at Girl Scouts, that saying, surround yourself with people that are smarter than you.
I love that.
That fill in your gaps. And I'm grateful to have been able to do that and have a fantastic leadership team to say, it doesn't all have to be me. I don't have to be the face of the organization. The girl should always be front and center. And we have a team, and we can balance each other out. And, when you're looking at work and you're dedicating so much of your time each and every day and your energy, I've learned that embracing life balance, or rather I should say work-life harmony, has been key.
Work-life harmony. Oh, I'm gonna have to write that one down.
Yeah. Another mentor had shared that concept. It's just like, it's not about balance, it's about harmony. Because balance might look a little different each and every week.
But harmony, that is beautiful. That's beauty. That flows. I love it. Okay, awesome. So that dives us right into our second question, which will be, what did you learn about yourself that you had no idea or ever imagined that you had in you through this journey? So I know the majority of the time the question is, what did you learn? What did you learn about you that you had no idea?
That I am smarter and wiser than I give myself credit for.
I love that. Tell me more, elaborate more.
Again, recognizing that I have strengths and utilizing my strengths in areas that are not my strength, leaning on a team to be able to, again, fill out that gap round it out. And also to recognize you don't have to be everything. recognizing, and that was something that I learned, that I don't have to be the best at everything, but if I can be the best at what I'm great at and own what I'm great at, fantastic. And lean on the team and allow them to shine as well at what they do best. And, I work for an organization that really emphasizes sisterhood, but I am grateful, and that is why I've been with the organization for as long as I have, because that's what sisterhood is about. And women and men, anyone, leaning on a team is so important. And surrounding yourself, like I said, with the right people that are not only smart but that get you and that you're also in harmony with.
And you also said something that I really admire when it comes to leadership roles. I think that in more times than not, you find individuals that, they just want people to work or just do their part. But if you can focus on, like how you mentioned, I find what people are good at. I really try to use, their strengths, use them in their best strengths, because that only allows them to blossom even more and give you their absolute best, because they're already good at it. But I love to hear that, because I feel like it doesn't happen enough. If you could find an employer, you find a team, and you could really identify their strengths and then put them in those roles, you're upgrading, you're upscaling your team already. Right. So that's beautiful. I love that.
Exactly. And even if it's not within a team, because I know, there's so many folks that may not work with a team, but just surrounding yourself, as I mentioned, two big aha moments that I had were from mentors and, other folks that I really looked up to. And so that's, again, part of what I've learned is to get consejos, right? To reach out to people where, when you need that extra voice or that extra ear, or say, what am I missing? Or here's where I'm at. I need clarity. And I'm grateful that I've been able to lean on so many different people. So while I give myself more credit for leaning into what I do great, it's equally, has been equally beneficial to be able to lean on others for that as well.
I love it. So if someone is listening to us right now, Kristen, and they're going through a situation that's similar, they're going through a major, they haven't even started the transition. They're deciding whether they should, they shouldn't. They're in that time where you got asked, what would you say to them right now?
Life is scary, right? The unknown is makes you anxious, and there's plenty of things to worry about. But I would say lean in, take the dive, do it. Whatever thing you want to adopt, but just do it. Again, lean on others when needed. Trust your gut. If anything, you fail forward. Another concept I learned from a fantastic mentor of mine was fail forward. There's always learning that comes along with it. And that's what we teach also with our girls and Girl Scouting, is what seems like a failure and a setback is actually a path forward. It's allowing you to learn and take those moments and, okay, I'm all the wiser. I know better now, or I would do it differently. So next time I come across that obstacle or hurdle or whatever that may be, that you've got a little bit more of a knowledge base behind you. So, do it. I think sometimes the doubt overcomes us and keeps us from our potential. We stay in good when we could be keeping ourselves from great. So I think it's just try it. You never know. You never know what goodness could happen. Yeah.
Goodness, fail forward, lean in. And I love that this is what you already teach. This is what you're all about. What your mission is in your organization is how you live. And this is exactly what you're advising for anybody listening. So that's beautiful.
Yeah. I have to model it, right?
Yes, absolutely. This is all who you are. That is wonderful. I love it. Yeah. So those are 3 questions. We're going to get into a little bit more talks. But for a moment, I just want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, and Chris and Corbin Edwards from Tucson Appliance. Thank you for allowing us this platform, as always, to really pour back into our community, to talk about nonprofit organizations and organizations like these and how we could continue making a difference. Also, thank you so much for listening. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, and as we're going to dive into a little bit more about the organization and some of the ways you can all get involved, remember that my information you can find online, and and you can email me, you can call me. So I'm going to give you my information to call for any questions regarding what the next 15 minutes are going to be about. So Kasandra Prieto, 520-349-3248. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. We're also going to share all the organization information, and we'll have it on YouTube. So make sure to follow us. Go on YouTube and look up Kasandra Prieto, Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto, and you will find us there. So moving on, you have some really exciting things coming up, Kristen. So I'm going to let you kind of dive in. Tell us a little bit more about the organization within itself, what your role and your transition is, and where you're going to be, right? The 110 years, and then also the 90-year anniversary. So I'll let you take it away here.
Yes, thank you. So Girl Scouts of the USA has been around for well over a century. And Girl Scouts of Southern Arizona this year is celebrating our 90th anniversary. So 9 decades, nine amazing decades of building up young women. And, you know, as part of our celebrations, we were going through our archives and looking at the original documents that we had and the original newspaper clippings. And, you know, in 1935, when you think about it, this was an organization to serve young women. And yet the announcement in the paper states that it was Mrs. And her husband's name. Rather than it would have been Kristen Hernandez, it was actually Mrs. Joe Hernandez.
Oh my gosh.
And so things like that, we were taken aback. But nevertheless, you know, Tucson is so wonderful, and Southern Arizona is so amazing. And to know that we've had 90 years of empowering young women and hundreds of thousands of girls have been served in those 90 years. We're just so proud to celebrate it. And also want to take a moment, as women we fail to do often, is just to say, this is incredible, and let's celebrate this achievement.
That's a huge. And when is this going to happen?
So we have been celebrating in a variety of ways, and there are 3 ways we invite the community to celebrate with us. So in honor of our 90th anniversary, we're going to be honoring 90 women. So that deadline is right around the corner, folks. It's September 15th. Nominate any woman that you know that you want to lift up and celebrate, whether she is a trailblazer, has been a role model, has been a mentor, or is an up-and-comer and accomplishing greatness. We want to honor 90 women across Southern Arizona. So submit those nominations by September 15th.
By September 15th. Okay. And do you want to share how they can submit those nominations?
Yes, thank you. So all of this information is on our website that we're dedicating towards our 90th anniversary. So it's 90 Years Strong, GSSOAZ, as in Girl Scouts Southern Arizona.org. And then also you can find that link on our general website, which is girlscoutssoaz.org as well. But you can fill out that nomination. We're going to honor these women in a variety of ways and have them connect with our young women. In addition, we're doing 90 acts of service within our Girl Scout organization. So we're inviting our Girl Scouts and our adult volunteers to join us in having 90 acts doing fantastic community service work in the throughout Tucson and Southern Arizona. So if you want to participate in that, we're doing that. But our big culmination, our big event is Scoutchella, which will take place on Scoutchella. It is a music festival and full-on party.
That is amazing. Yes. I think everybody should go to that.
Yes, please. Saturday, December 6th at Keno Stadium here in Tucson from 11 to 4 p.m. Scoutchella Music Festival. We have 3 amazing local acts. We have Mama Cole, Sophia Rankin, and Gigi and the Glow, all performing.
Gosh. I know her.
I know you know her. Awesome. Maybe we'll have Kasandra on the stage for a bit as well.
Maybe just for a few seconds. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but a big music festival with tons of activities for all ages. So whether you're involved with the Girl Scouts or not, we welcome the general community to join us. Tickets are on sale on that website. $25 for kiddos ages 3 through 18 and $30 for adults.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so this is going to be December 6th at the Keno Stadium. I mean, do you have any idea how many people you expect?
We're hoping, well, we are confident we'll get about 2,000 to 3,000 of our Girl Scouts
Of
themselves.
your Girl Scouts,
yes, but we're hoping the general community will come out. Again, whether you're a Girl Scout alum, a friend, a supporter, or you just want to listen to fantastic music.
Yes, and then I'm sure that there will be booths so that people could learn more about. If you have a kid that you want to, maybe you're exploring the Girl Scouts, this will be a perfect opportunity for you to go meet people there, people that are already involved, and then the little booths with all the information.
Exactly.
And this 90 acts of service. So are you guys, once you have the 90 nominees selected, are you going to just have an event to create different activities and team them up with the Girl Scouts? Or are you going to help? That seems like a lot of people. Like that's 180 people.
It is. So I'm glad you asked that.
Yeah.
So the 90 women we're going to celebrate and honor there at our Scoutchella event.
Okay, at the Scoutchella.
We'll honor these women there. And in addition, we're hoping that we can connect our girls and have a portfolio of 90 incredible women that they can look up to and connect with.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So as we're, focusing on building the pipeline of our leaders and, our next gen, our desire is that our 90 women will connect with our young women.
I love that. Okay. And so for nominations, everybody, remember, by September 15th, the nominations will be done. And this is any woman that you know that is incredible, that you look up to, that you admire, that you feel is a mentor, that has done good for the community, any up-and-comer, truly any woman that you have felt inspired by. This is an opportunity to nominate them, to recognize them. So please make sure that you go onto their website, the 90 Years Strong GSSOAZ.org. And again, if you don't capture this, I keep mentioning my information on the radio, reach out to me and I'll have all the information that you need for this to nominate anybody or to just have more information on the Girl Scouts, period. But this is so wonderful. So we still have a few more minutes. I love all this, that you're honoring these women in so many different ways. And I love that these little women, this next generation are hopefully going to have such amazing mentors and life-term partnerships. But tell me a little bit more about your vision, Kristen. I know that somewhere in your bio, I read something about, till 200 or to 110 years. What does the next 10 years look like for you as you being the leadership, the planted leadership at Girl Scouts?
Right. Thank you. My goal, my desire at the end of the day is that we equip these young women, that they have all the grit, the know-how, the confidence in themselves to achieve anything that they want in life. I love that we have our badges, and you can see the girls demonstrate what they've accomplished in Girl Scouts with their uniforms when they have the badges. But what I like to share is that badge not only represents a certain skill set, but they're also learning the soft skills. So yes, while they're learning about coding and robotics, and they're learning about water conservation and environmental stewardship and all the goodness that comes along with those hard skills, they're also learning communication skills. They're learning what a healthy relationship looks like. They're learning about grit and how to pivot when life doesn't turn out or choices don't come out as you would have hoped. And they're learning all of this so that later in life, they're living the life that they chose. So they're not living a life of circumstance or that was handed to them. They're actually living the life that they chose, whether that's a full-time mama raising your family, whether that's being a CEO, whether that's being, a Kasandra who's going out and making her impact and, having her professional and her passion projects meet together. We just want her to live the life that she wants. We look at gender equality, and we look at, we want appropriate pay for our women, and we want to see women represented in all key leadership positions. Yes, and at the end of the day, we want a girl to have just a fantastic life and live to her fullest potential.
I love everything you said. So I'm going to try to take the next couple minutes to translate a little bit for our Spanish listeners. And we have about 5 minutes left. But so, para todas las personas que hablan español, miren, quiero nomás compartir un poco sobre, or is that Is that you? Oh, quiero compartir un poquito sobre esta organización Girl Scouts. Si usted tiene una niña, tiene a un pariente que cree que esto pueda ser beneficioso, pues la verdad yo se lo recomiendo al 100% porque esta organización está enfocada en mujeres, en niñas, y la meta de lo que yo estoy entendiendo es en realidad tener que esas niñas puedan tener una vida que ellas crean, no la vida que nomás les toca, como a veces pensamos. Ellos ayudan con comunicación, con cómo aprender a tener relaciones buenas, relaciones, cómo poder tomar decisiones y bueno, creo que como hispanas a veces no es algo que viene de nuestros descendientes, no es algo que nos enseña toda la familia. Entonces es una oportunidad para darle a una niña una oportunidad para poder crear la vida que ellas quieren, poder entender cómo se debe de tomar decisiones, que hay procesos, que hay maneras de comunicarse en vez de vivir en nuestras emociones, que hay tantas partes de solamente que no nos enseñan a nosotros, que pueden aprender aquí en esta organización. Entonces, si usted ha tenido alguna curiosidad por esta organización, yo les recomiendo que les hablen. Les pueden hablar al número 520-327-2288. Y bueno, también tómese la oportunidad, si quieren nominar a una persona, ahora que van a nominar a 90 mujeres que son inspiradoras, que han hecho algo, si usted tiene una mujer en su vida que dice, wow, esta mujer yo quiero ser como ella, o me ha inspirado, me ha ayudado, me ha tocado el corazón, tiene la oportunidad de nominarla. Nomás se va a meter a este website y poner la información de esta persona y las van a honorar en un evento en diciembre 6. También van a hacer algunas otras diferentes, para honorarlas, van a hacer diferentes actividades para ellas. Pero otra vez, esto todo contribuye para nuestra comunidad de mujeres, para que lleguemos a tener la vida que queramos, que podamos crear, no nomás la vida que nos tocó. Y bueno, para esa nominación se pueden meter al website de 90, bueno, lo voy a decir en inglés porque se tiene que poner así en el website, 90 Years Strong, GSSOAZ.org. Y otra vez, si tiene alguna pregunta, por favor comuníquese conmigo. Me puede hablar por teléfono al 520-349-3248. Me puede mandar un correo electrónico a Kasandra@prieto.realestate.com. Y bueno, pues ya se nos viene acabando el tiempo. Estamos felices de la vida que estuvieran aquí con nosotros. Cualquier pregunta, cualquier curiosidad, por favor comuníquese. Le damos otra vez el agradecimiento a Chris y Corbin Edwards de Tucson Appliance. También a mí, que aquí estoy con ustedes lealmente cada sábado, Kasandra Prieto, para todas las necesidades de casa. Si anda comprando, vendiendo casa, yo estoy muy dispuesta para contestar cualquier pregunta. Y bueno, pues going back to English, thank you so much everybody for being here. Kristen, thank you so much for sharing your heart with us.
Thank you.
It truly has been wonderful to learn so much about, I knew Girl Scouts, but I didn't know Girl Scouts. So it's been so wonderful to really be able to learn more. And I love the mission, right? Because we're always wanting to empower women. And especially in the Hispanic culture, I feel like we don't learn a lot about that worthiness, about you can, and it's nobody's fault, but just the trickling down of, you know, what we all do with what we have.
Right.
So this is a beautiful mission. I love it. I encourage everybody to go onto their website. I thank you all. Is there anything else that you want to share before we kind of wrap everything up?
No, thank you so much. You know, again, we're all about empowering young women. And if you have any questions, we'd love to answer them. We'd love to get you plugged in. We have Girl Scouts all over town, all over the area. And you can join in a capacity that works for you, whether it's once a week, once a month, only during certain times of the years. We've got that experience and adventure waiting for you.
There you go. So any type of commitment that you can give is going to be welcomed. So thank you again. This was Lifting You Up with Kasandra Prieto, your best friend in real estate, sponsored by Chris and Corbin Edwards and Tucson Appliance. We are so glad that you were here, and we will see you guys next Saturday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much, Kristen.
Thank you.